Hi everybody, this is Tracy Randall and
Carol Neal.
And we're here to talk about events because over the past month we've had so many business partners, distributors on our team asking should we do events or having already signed up for events, and we really want to talk to you based on our experience over the past decade of working
Doing events.
in events, either putting them on or going and being vendors at events. We really think it's important that you seek counsel before you spend your money, because what we know about events is sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but you've got to really make sure that you take a look at all of the details before you make a decision to do an event.
And I'm a big believer, in getting out to as many places as you can, but sometimes it just makes more sense to go as an attendee and kind of scope it out, especially if you've not been before. I know it's very exciting now. We actually have people reaching out to us and to our team members saying, I'm looking for somebody, and I've heard about Inspire, I'm looking for somebody to represent it. Are you interested? And our first instinct is, let me grab that table, let me grab that opportunity. But it may not always make sense, financially, and depending upon the audience and what's going to be involved. As we're filming this video, we're still in our first, just going into our second month, and not everybody even has pads to have.
Let's talk about that, Carol.
So we'll do that separately.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because that's where we are right now. We'll do another one once pads are flowing in the marketplace. But right now, typically when you do an event, there has to be a payoff, right? And if you had a huge stock of pads and you could sell them, what would happen is that you would have those customers right there, and you would have that loyal customer retention.
Yep.
But now that, because we don't have large shipments of pads right now, and pads are scarce, I'd be really, really careful about doing events during the month of July, and really not even committing until for August just yet, until we see exactly where we are. So I would say that based on your budget, maybe spending $35, $50 for a vendor table when there's no pads that you can sell. Yeah, what do you think, Carol?
I wouldn't go over that right now. The thing is, what you're going to be doing there is you're going to be collecting names. And not only the pads, but we're still looking maybe 60, 90 days until we have our customer websites.
Yeah.
So you don't even really have a place that you're sure where you can tell the person to go connecting. So if you're gathering names, and if you have a table, you can have your single demo or just have some information out there. You will get more attention than if you're an attendee. But if it's more than $50 at this point. And of course, even $50 is too much if there's only going to be 20 people there.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
You want to know about the event, the history, the audience, what type of people are going to be there, how much time is it going to be for interaction. These are all things that Tracy and I have over the last decade. We've done a few calls and training on this, because there are so many different parameters to take into consideration, questions that you need to ask the organizer that you might not know of. So we do have some other tools that we can refer you back to, but right now I think what we wanted to say was, before you guys just say yes to an event and commit yourself to something, seek counsel, check with us first, have some parameters about the time of day, how long it's going to be, are they providing a table, you're bringing a table, the cost, the audience, have they done this before, is this an experienced event, how many people do they normally get if that's the case. Are they expecting anything more from you? Now, sometimes if there's a speaking opportunity with it, and you can plug, our Soapbox Diva in, that maybe, we're going to be there and she's going to get a half hour on stage or something like that, and then we can be there and support and generate leads. That could be an exception. But right now, we're just saying, seek counsel first, and let's see, does it make sense? Because here's what we know. We want you guys focusing on what you need to do right now, getting your customer lists and and getting those products
team
building, exactly. And the rest will come naturally. And we don't want you going out of pocket on things that aren't going to bring you a return that's in proportion to it.
Yeah, so I think the gist of this is there's so many different parameters to look at, so many different aspects of it that Carol and I are experts at. We've been doing that. That's our business. Part of our business
Putting
is
on
events and going to events. And so seek the counsel is really what this whole video should say. One of the things that that I'll say too, though, is that a lot of times they're thinking, well, I'm going to get some leads. But I want to tell you, those are still very cold market leads, and it takes a lot of follow-up. What happens a lot of times is you're sowing seeds into someone else's business. You're getting that brand out there, and then they go out, and then they hear it from their good friend or whatever, and you lose them. I know the last 2 events that I've helped people with have not been very productive when it comes to business partners. And based on how much they spent for that table, it certainly wasn't worth it. So again, this video will be a whole different flavor when we have our pads, when we have our customer website. We'll do a whole new updated video. But right now, be really wary of signing up for events. If it's a free event, that's a whole different story. So just seek counsel. I think that's just the best way to close it out.
And still go to events. I mean, especially if the entry is free or reasonable, because you know what, that puts you in the driver's seat, because now you're going around and meeting the other people, all the vendors that are there and people that you're networking with. So it's always good to get out and about. You're going to meet those same people, and then you can follow up with them afterwards.
That's a great point. Yeah, go and be an attendee at the event. A lot of times it's the attendees that really, when I've been an attendee, that I go to all the other vendors and anyway, seek counsel from us. We've got we'll help you. But don't do it in the red zone, only in the white zone. Don't ever seek counsel about this during the red zone. The red zone, last 10 days of the month. That's when we're closing out strong. Got it. Okay, bye.